The rise and fall of Mongol Empire. Mongol Empire had one of the best armies in history. Let's find out. Introduction. The Mongol Empire was one of the largest and most powerful empires in world history, stretching from Europe to Asia and from the Arctic to the Persian Gulf. It was founded in the early 13th century through the unification of Mongol tribes under the leadership of Chenghis Khan. The Mongol Empire was a remarkable and influential power in world history. Its rise marked a significant turning point in world history, as it brought about significant cultural and economic exchange and connected different regions and peoples. Despite its eventual decline, the legacy of the Mongol Empire continues to shape the world today. The military tactics and organizational methods developed by the Mongols had a lasting impact on subsequent military and political powers, and the cultural exchange facilitated by the empire helped to shape the modern world in numerous ways. Today, we will be looking at the rise and fall of the Mongol Empire, so without any further ado, let us get right into it. Facts. The Mongol Empire was known for its military prowess, its highly organized and efficient governance system, and its cultural and economic achievements. The Mongol military relied on mobility and superior tactics, and the empire was able to control a diverse group of subjects through a mix of military power and diplomacy. The empire's governance system was centralized and hierarchical, and it allowed for the efficient administration of such a vast territory. One of the most impressive aspects of the Mongol Empire was its military organization. The Mongol army was highly mobile and relied on tactics that allowed it to outmaneuver and defeat larger and better-equipped forces. The army was also well-disciplined, with a strong emphasis on training and preparation. This military prowess allowed the Mongols to conquer and control vast territories, from China to Europe, in a relatively short period of time. In addition to its military and political power, the Mongol Empire was also known for its cultural and economic achievements. The Mongol conquests brought about significant cultural and economic exchange, as the empire connected different regions and peoples. For example, the Mongol Empire facilitated the spread of technologies such as gunpowder and the compass, and it also helped to establish the Pax Mongolica, a period of relative peace and stability that allowed for the flourishing of trade and cultural exchange. The Mongols also encouraged religious tolerance, and they allowed different religious communities to coexist within their territories. Early history. The Mongol Empire rose to prominence through a combination of military prowess, political acumen, and strategic alliances. The rise of the Mongol Empire can be traced back to the unification of the Mongol tribes under Chenghis Khan in the early 13th century. Chenghis Khan and his descendants continued to conquer and expand the empire, eventually reaching its peak under the rule of Chenghis's grandson, Kublai Khan. Kublai Khan founded the Yuan dynasty in China and established the capital in Beijing. He also launched a failed invasion of Japan and attempted to invade Southeast Asia, though these efforts were ultimately unsuccessful. Chenghis Khan united the nomadic tribes of Mongolia and established the Mongol Empire through a series of successful military campaigns against neighboring states in Central Asia and China. Under his rule, the Mongol military became a highly organized and disciplined fighting force, capable of quickly conquering vast territories. After Chenghis Khan's death, the empire was divided among his four sons, with the western part becoming the Golden Horde and the eastern part the Ilkhanate. Under the leadership of Chenghis's descendants, the Mongol Empire continued to expand, conquering large parts of Russia, Eastern Europe, Iran, Iraq, and Anatolia. Decline. Despite its military and political power, the Mongol Empire eventually declined and fragmented into several independent khanates. This decline was due to a number of factors, including internal conflict and the strain of maintaining such a vast empire. The death of Kublai Khan marked the beginning of the decline of the Mongol Empire in China, as subsequent emperors were unable to maintain the same level of control and influence. Additionally, the empire was also facing pressure from outside forces, including rebellions from conquered territories and invasions from other powers. Here are some of the key elements that caused its decline. 1. Civil wars and succession disputes. After the death of Chenghis Khan, The empire was divided among his 4 sons, leading to infighting and competition for power. This weakened the unity of the empire and made it more vulnerable to outside forces. 2. Over-reliance on military expansion. The Mongols relied heavily on military conquest to maintain their empire, but as they reached the limits of their expansion, they lacked the resources and infrastructure to sustain their rule. 3. Economic decline. The vast empire was economically dependent on trade, but the Pax Mongolica, a period of relative peace and stability, came to an end as the empire began to decline. This led to the decline of trade and commerce, which weakened the economy. 4. Political decentralization. As the empire grew larger and more complex, local governors and rulers gained more autonomy and power, reducing the central authority of the Mongol rulers. 5. Rebellion and resistance. Many of the empire's subjects resisted Mongol rule, leading to revolts and rebellions that further weakened the empire. The Mongol Empire began to decline in the 14th century, as internal power struggles and decentralization weakened its rule. Despite this, the legacy of the Mongol Empire had a lasting impact on the world, shaping the political, cultural, and economic development of the regions it controlled. Anyway, this wraps up our video for today. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments section down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel while you're at it.